Hi, I'm Steph, and I'm camping out at Silver Spring State Park with my friend for a couple days, and we have been here for a day so far. We got all set up yesterday on our campsite, and first of all, our campsite is huge. We had to figure out where to put everything because it's so big. We had so much space. But we are going to explore Silver Springs campsite and the state park today. We're going to do a lot of kayaking. We're going to just have a lot of fun meals out here, and we're gonna kind of take you along for the journey and show you what there is to explore out here. It is also very hot. The high is 95 every day that we're here, so we are trying to beat the heat, but we have brought a plug-in fan, and it has done wonders. There is full electric hookup here and water, which is really nice. So I'm gonna give you a tour of the campsite, and then we're gonna head to Silver Springs and do some kayaking. So we are in campsite 51, which is a pull through. So you basically can go from there and pull all the way through to over there, which is obviously because it's a trailer site, but you can also do tent camping. So over here, it comes with a picnic table, and over here is our fire pit. We actually brought my solo stove for cooking on. Then there is a grill that's here that you could use, and then we set up our tents over here. So this is our tent, and then this is our gear tent. And then over here is our kitchen hangout space. So we have a canopy tent, and we have the Oru camp table, which is nice. It can also be taller. Got our chairs. This is a great cooking station. We have our Dometic water over here, our cooler that is plugged into the electrical, and then we're also using the spigots over here with a camp sink. So this is our little camping setup. Here we go! We are now driving to the main Silver Springs location. Silver Springs State Park is actually two separate locations. We are at the camping location, which I will put a link to in the description to the address of this. To get to the main Silver Springs, you're going to turn right outside of the camping section, and then you're going to turn onto State Road 40, which was not super clear on the map, so make sure you take note of that. And then you'll see a big sign for Silver Springs. The state of Florida purchased this main section of Silver Springs in 2013. Before that, they only had the camping section as their state park, and it was called Silver River State Park back then. Previously, ABC Paramount had owned Silver Springs. When you arrive, if you're going to be paddling, make sure to park on the right side of the parking lot. There's also a place that you can drive up for 10 minutes to unload your boat if you want. But there was not a lot of people when we arrived, so we parked right next to that entrance, and we inflated the paddleboard right at our car. There is a launch fee of $4 per boat, which we paid before we brought our boat down. The water is so clear. We are now on Silver Springs, and the launch experience was super easy. We just paid $4 to launch, and it's not really busy because it's a Monday. So we're just paddling really slowly down the river, and we're seeing so much wildlife and turtles, and there may be monkeys. We will definitely look out for the monkeys, but it's just beautiful. We completed the Fort King paddling trail, and it was just a wonderful paddle. There were so many springs to see, and it took us just under 2 hours and a little over 2 miles. It was a very simple paddle. You did have to go upstream a little bit at the end, but not a huge deal, and it was just so much to see, and we enjoyed it so much. Once we got the kayak packed up, we headed to the main entrance. It's a beautiful walkway, and you'll come to 2 areas where you can pay on either side. You can pay for a day pass, which is $2, although we were staying at the campsite, so we didn't have to pay that. You can also buy the glass bottom boat tours here, but we just had to check in because we bought ours online. There's a nice building here with lots of things to do. We stopped in at the cafe and we had lunch, and it was really yummy, and they had nice cold AC inside. We ate quick because we needed to make it over to our glass bottom boat tour. They have 2 different options. One is 30 minutes and one is 90 minutes, and we decided to do the longer extended tour and try that out.
All right, we've got a few safety items that I'm required to go over before we get too far underway. And first of those, we're doing a little nesting up there at the moment. Finally brought it back home, and when they did, they laid it to rest within 1/8 of an inch of where it was originally excavated from. When he came out for his next tour, he was the only one that was in for a surprise. He didn't know Reese's macaque monkeys were natural-born swimmers. And they all left the island. But they did like the rest of the park enough that they settled on down here. And today we have somewhere around 200 to 300 of them just here at the Silver Springs State Park. Somebody took care of it a while back. The fellow that went by the name of Burt Reynolds. So his old movie of his called Sam Whiskey.
Overall, the tour was really nice, but if I was to do it again, I'd probably just do the half hour, especially since we were kayaking, so we already got to explore a lot by kayaking. But the half hour probably would have been all we needed for this glass bottom boat tour experience. Then we checked out a little museum within that building we showed earlier, and it's just nice history of the park. Before we left, we went on the Ross Allen Boardwalk in hopes of maybe seeing some monkeys. And right here is actually the bridge that we kayaked under, so we're now standing on that bridge. And then we walked down the bridge a little bit, again, just listening and seeing if we could see monkeys. And we did see an otter. It was very cool. We saw it swimming in the water, and there was actually 2 of them, but only got the one on camera. There's a little amphitheater out here on this boardwalk, so we just took a look at that. And we had a super fun day, but we were tired and it was time to head back to the campsite. And of course we had to charge all the things on our battery backup, and we had our fan going while we cooked dinner.
That's the hot stuff. You got the nut.
And we enjoyed sausage scramble for dinner. The first night we actually made strawberry s'mores, so we heated up a strawberry and a marshmallow and put them on a graham cracker with chocolate. And let me tell you, I love s'mores, and this was even better. This was an elevated s'more for sure.
That's so good.
Oh my gosh. I didn't think s'mores could get better.
Every night we put our plug-in cooler in the car, plugged into the battery backup, and this was to make sure no animals would get into the cooler. We had some leftovers from the first night that we had tacos, so Amber mixed that with her eggs and we had a nice breakfast. After each meal, one of us would wash the dishes and the other would dry. This was convenient right at the spigot. We made sure everything was clean and trash was put up in the main trash can before we left camp each day. We kept our drinking water in this Dometic jug. I brought an RV filter that we could put right on the spigot so we could have nice filtered water. So yesterday we kayaked the main head spring, and that was really awesome, really pretty. But today we wanted to explore something a little bit different. And on the map for the camping area, it shows that there is a launch 0.6 miles from the parking lot on the river trail. So we are doing that. I currently have the kayak strapped to my back, and kind of, it's like in an odd way, but it works. It's not uncomfortable actually. And we are on our way walking to the launch. We have no idea what it looks like. We don't know exactly how long it will take, besides they told us 0.6 miles. So we're going to adventure down and find out what we're working with today. And it's a really pretty walk, so I'm enjoying that so far. So let's see what this launch looks like. So I do want to point out that it's currently 84 degrees cool in Florida.
Humid. Cool.
Humid, which is, oh yeah, what's the percentage of humidity? It's probably like 50 at least % humidity. So it is a warm day. We're excited to get on the water because the spring water is like 73 degrees. It's nice. We'll put our little toesies in it if we can. And we're still on the lookout for monkeys. We were told there are still monkeys here. And this looks like a great place that monkeys would live. We made it, and this is a great launch. This is going to be super fun. There's also a bathroom here, which is always a plus. That hike was not too big a deal. If you can move your kayak on wheels or something, I think this is definitely doable. And this is going to be a not as populated area of the lake. we are. We are officially on the water, and we are going downstream. So we thought we'd do that first. So we're fighting it, and then we would just float back when we're tired. And there is more kayakers on the water than we expected. You can actually kayak from the head spring all the way down to... Just heard a gator. You can kayak from the head spring all the way down to another park, and you can pay to have them shuttle you back. But we decided just to launch for free from the river trail and then kind of just paddle and do our own thing. So that's why there's people on the water, though, because they're going from the head spring to the other spot. It's about 5 miles if you do that, and you're just going kind of with the current. We're going against the current, but so far it's awesome. And there's little bouts of time where we are by ourselves. But being really aware of gators and just enjoying the beauty that is the Silver River, I think is actually what it's called. Amber's here. My gosh, do you see that? Don't move, don't move. You see that? That snake? I've never seen a snake like that in the water. Wow. We're now in the Fort Kings Loop, which we did yesterday, and we're basically going like reverse of what we did yesterday. And it's really cool to be able to come here, and we didn't have to pay $4, so this is the hack, is to walk 0.6 miles, launch from there, then you can do all of this. And the weather is a little bit more overcast than yesterday, which is very ideal. It's still like, it's 91, so don't get crazy, it's still hot. In the gift shop, they have a picture. They have a couple of cool things specific to Silver Springs, but they have a picture of kayakers going underneath a bridge, and we are gonna go under that bridge today. We have made it to the head spring. That's what that is right there. That's where the boat tours are and the restaurant and a gift shop. Really cool area we explored yesterday. So now we are at the head spring, which is right there. That's Mammoth Spring. That's where this all flows from. And we're just gonna be able to float back down to the river. It's been about 2 hours, taking us about 2 miles. So I'm assuming it'll be a little over 4 miles when we get back. And the weather has not been horrible, so that's been great.
Early in the morning, before the sun appears, before the world has even stirred, let's get out of here. We don't need to hurry. The road ahead is clear. Let's follow the coast as far as it goes, or until we disappear. That gives me an idea. Let's get lost together. Let's go chase that postcard. Wish you were here, weather. Let's get lost together. 'Cause if we don't, I know that I won't even last another year. at your shoulders, soft-chin in our ears. There's a whole wide world about to unfurl, not so far from here. So let's get lost together.
Is that a cat? Oh, monkeys! Monkeys! Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
On the landing. I know. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
It's a myth. Because here, everybody's like, I
Gosh. I think they're open. It's out. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Let's go chase that postcard. Wish you were here with her. Let's get lost together. Cause if we don't, I know that I won't even last another year. Let's go disappear far away from here. Let's get lost together. Let's go chase that postcard. Wish you were here with her. Let's get lost together.
We are all packed up, and the paddle was great, and the cherry on top was we saw monkeys at our landing, and that was so cool, very exciting. But we now have the 0.6 mile journey back to the car, which I think we can make it. We're pretty tired from the paddle. It was almost 5 miles, but yeah, we're excited. The weather has been on and off overcast, so that has been a big plus. All right, let's get hiking, I guess, this time.
pretty heavy. And here. Oh.
Nope. We are back. It took us 32 minutes to get 0.6 miles. We had to take a lot of breaks because we're both really tired from that paddle. It is like 91 degrees right now. That takes a lot out of you, but it was great. Super fun. We're now gonna go, we're not even back yet. We have to put the kayak in the car still. But
AC.
they're gonna sit in the AC and go back to the campsite and get some cold water. We had water, but it's almost out and it's warm. So cold water and just chill and have a nice pie iron dinner tonight. I can't even pull the camera farther from my face. It's such a big close-up shot. We have made it. And here's the where we got on this morning. Oh, we did it.
Car's in the shade.
Now the car's in the shade. You just had to wait. It's now 3, it's almost 4 o'clock. We got here at like 9:30, 10. Good day. We are back at the campsite, but we needed some cool down, so we're sitting in the AC and drinking some cold water from the fridge. And Amber is finished eating her lunch because I ate mine on the kayak. And it's 4 o'clock now, so it's lunchtime.
That's the snack.
Snack before dinner. It was extremely hot at the campsite. The sun was definitely out, and we kept trying to move to wherever we could find shade. So that's what we're trying to do here, and we definitely have our fan going. Hey Siri, timer 12 minutes. Before we share our last day, pack up, and head back to Silver Springs, I want to share a little bit about the amenities of the camping area. So our campsite was actually pretty close to the bathroom area, and it's nice because the bathroom's also where the main trash can is that you want to put your trash in at night. This is the main bathroom facility. There was men and women's side, and there was 2 handicap accessible, gender neutral bathrooms. The nice thing about camping at state parks is most people are in RVs, so the bathrooms are really not that busy. And we actually ended up using the gender neutral bathrooms the whole time because they weren't in use. But here's the main women's bathroom. You can see it's very clean, and there is really nice shower facilities with a lot of space to hold all your stuff. And here's a quick look at the accessible all gender bathrooms. Very roomy to get a wheelchair in here, and plenty of space in the shower area. There's also a washer and dryer, a drink machine, and a sink, and a nice little flower. There was also a community board here that gives some extra information. And there's the main trash can. And whenever I was walking in full sun, I tried to bring my thermal umbrella because the sun is no joke in Florida. We did walk around to explore the loops a little bit, and we got to see the different types of spaces that were available. So you can see there's some spaces like this, which is perfect for an RV, but this is a little bit exposed if you're in a tent. So here's a site that actually would be really nice if you were in a tent, and we kind of walked around and took note of things that would be really good tent sites. So I'm gonna list those here if you're looking to book a site, but also really any site you can get is going to be great because you're camping and it is hard to get these sites. So I would take whatever site you can get. We also went around the cabin loop, and these cabins look really cool. They're nicely spaced and they're kind of tucked into the woods. I would definitely stay at a cabin here. They're really affordable and would be a great place to stay, especially when it's hot and you don't want to be in a tent. Silver Springs State Park is actually made up of 2 separate locations. So this is a map of the camping area, and you can see there is a lot to do over here, a lot of trails, and this is where you camp. And this is a quick map of the campsites, the different loops, and then there are cabins as well. So on this main map, you can see that this little corner is where the main Silver Springs activities are, and that is on the back of this map. So here on the back of the map, you can see it says State Road 40 is where you're gonna find the main entrance. So the camping is on 35, so you're just gonna turn onto 40, go to the main entrance, and that's where all these activities are. And this is the main loop that you can do, the Fort King paddle trail. And then you can also paddle down the river, which is what it shows here. So you can see this is where the loop is, and then you just paddle down the river, and this is where the launch is from the campsite. And then you can keep paddling down the river, and there is Ray Wayside Park, and this is where you can paddle all the way down, and then you can pay to have them shuttle you back up to the head spring. But keep this in mind when you're camping at Silver Springs, because you're gonna need to drive from the camping area to the main area, and there's no shuttle service, so you will need to be able to drive from one to the other. Now back to our last day at camp.
We are all packed up, left it exactly how we found it. I also wanted to point out this is the electrical panel that they have. They have 30 amp and they have 50. So you just need to turn this on to plug into the power. All right. we are heading off.
Before heading home, we had to go back to the main entrance of Silver Springs real quick because there's some gardens that we didn't get to explore, so we wanted to kind of check those out. And it was a really neat area. There was a lot of gardens to explore and just pretty places to walk around, and you can walk really close to the water and just observe people kayaking. There was also a building over here. We're not sure what this is used for. And then we had to run by the cafe one more time for lunch before we headed back home. Overall, camping and kayaking at Silver Springs State Park was amazing. This was actually my favorite place I've paddled so far in Florida, which I've paddled a lot of places, so that is saying a lot. There was so much to do. All the springs were so beautiful. You just kept coming upon spring after spring, and there was so much wildlife. There was a lot of activities we didn't even get to do. There's a whole museum on the camping side. There's also a village you can explore. There's a lot of hiking trails, and there's even more stuff in the main building that we didn't get to explore. So we'll definitely come back. And if you're looking for a super fun Florida adventure, this needs to be on your bucket list. And as always, I hope you have a great day.